again. So today I want to presentation again about metallurgies, especially it's about fabrication and finishing of metal product. So those are my bio, you can read it. About my book reference, we still use the book Metallurgy for the Non-Metallurgists, the second edition, that has been edited by Arthur C. Rardon. For the main subject, we talk about the formation process, primary production, mills forging, drawing extraction, forming, powder metallurgy, material removal process, and joining process. So let's talk about fabrication and finishing of metal product. Metal products that are subject to mechanical reduction operation subsequent to casting and solidification are referred to as raw products. These products can be shaped, finished, and assembled by using a variety of metalworking techniques, which may include metal for forming, material removal, and joining. Let's talk about the first point. It's about the formation process. The formation process in metalworking process is a workspace such as a billet or a blanket sheet, for example, can be plastically deformed by a set of tools or dies to obtain the desired final thickness and geometrical configuration. Metal forming process can be classified into two general categories. These are bulk or massive forming operation and bend. Second is a bending and sheet forming operation. Let's talk about the metal forming equipment. Metal forming equipment is done with a large variety of machine or equipment, such as a rolling mills or plate, strip and shape machine for profile rolling from strip, ring rolling machine, thread rolling and surface rolling machine, magnetic and explosion forming machine, draw bench for tube, and a rod wire and rod drawing machine. Then the last is a machine for pressing type operation. And let's talk about hot and cold working. Metal can be mechanically worked over a range temperature. Higher temperature can provide workability characteristic. Although many raw products are cold work in order to achieve certain mechanical process, or something they are warm work for other specific purpose. Then let's talk about the next point. It's about the primary production mills. In primary production operation, the initial stage of metalworking involves the breakdown of a cast structure into a wood or work form. The starting material is usually either an ingot from static casting or continuous cast slab or billet. Let's talk about the ingot breakdown. Many ingot continue to be statically cast because not all ferrous and non-ferrous metal are capable of being continuously cast. Due their relatively coarse and inherently weak microstructure, the temperature range over which ingot structure can be forced is very limited. Typically, ingot must be hot worked to remain the grain structure in order to allow recrystallization to occur. Hot working is usually performed at temperature greater than the 3 feet of the absolute melting point of the alloy. And mill production. Mill production of bloom, billet, and slab to produce various products from such as plate, sheet, strip, and bar. The metal of this wood product is stronger and much more homogeneous, that is uniform grain structure than the ingot stage. This mill production may be provided in finishing form for application, or the product may undergo additional processing, including forging, stamping, machining, welding, and etc. for an end product ranging from soda cans to panels destined for car and pickup truck bodies. These are rolling mills. Rollings can be performed in a production mills at various stages. The equipment used in the first stage or breaking down an ingot is called a primarily rolling mills, which is often massive in both size and investment. The last point is a cold rolling of thin sheet and strip. This sheet and strip with high quality surface finishes can be production by cold rolling. Production begins with strip from the hot rolling mills. Before cold rolling, the metal usually must be acid pickled to remove surface oxide or scale product shed during hot rolling. In pickling, scale is removed by chemical or electrochemical means. Yeah, we move to next point. Let's talk about forging. Forging, it is a basic form. Forging consists of applying compressive stresses to piece metal, known as a workpiece, between pair or dies in order to permanently change its physical dimension or geometry. And let's talk about the open die forging, sometimes known as a hand, smith, hammer, and flat die forging, is a process in which of the metal workpiece is not confined by dies. Open die forging works the started stock by progressive blow between two anvil or dies, one of which is stationary while the other is executed by a large press. The face of the anvil may be flat or recessed with V-shape or concave depression. The material is grinded and hardened by manipulators. Air reduction are obtained by deforming localized area of the workpiece. Closed die forging, often referred to as impression die forging, is the shaping of metal completely within the walls or cavities of two dies that come together to enclose the workpiece on all sides. Roll forging, or as known as hot force rolling, is a process for seemingly reducing the cross-sectional area and changing the shape of heat bar, billets, or plate by passing them between two driven rolls that will rotate in opposite direction and have one or more matching impression in each roll. In radial forging, during radial forging, the material is forged between four dies that are arranged in one plane with two opposing dies acting on the piece simultaneously. This appears eliminate the spreading observed in open die forging and restrict expansion of the material primarily to the axial direction of the bar. Hot offset forging is essentially a process used for enlarging and reshaping part of the cross-sectional area of a bar or tube, or for increasing the internal soundness of a nailed prior to traditional open die forging. Cold forging has advantage over machining as a part-making process. Waste material is not generated or machine prototypes. The tensile strength of this forging stock is improved and grain flow can be controlled as in conventional forging. And the last one is coining. It's a compression type operation in which a design or form is pressed or hammered into the surface of workpiece. Coining is actually a closed die squeezing operation in which all surfaces of the work are confined or restrained. It is also a striking operation used to sharpen or change a radius or profile. In coining, the surface detail in dies copy with a dimensional accuracy seldom equaled by any other process. Final product include coin and decorated items such as pattern tableware. Drawing and extraction. The introduction, drawing and extraction are based respectively on the pulling and pushing of section through dies. In the drawing process, the cross-sectional area and or shape of a board, bar, tube, or wire is reduced by pulling it through a die. Deformation is accomplished by a combination of tensile and compressive stresses that are created by pulling force at the exit from the die and by the die configuration. Drawing is one of the oldest metaforming operations to make long production while excellent surface finishes, closely controlled dimension, and constant cross-section. Wire and tube are drawn in similar manners. The general practice is to place a mandrel, also called a plug, or a solid bar with a plumb end inside of the tube. As the tube is drawn, metal flow past the mandrel, which controls the inside diameter of the tube and support it during deformation. Extraction is the deformation process used to produce long, straight, semi-finished metal product such as a bar, solid, and hollow section, tubes, wire, and strip. The favorable compressive states of stress during extraction allow high capacity for deformation, and so it is possible to extrude metal that can be only slightly deformed by other methods. Hot extraction technology. Pre-rolled billets or round ingot can be worked in an extraction press, which is an open-ended die. A ram moves the metal through the die, which determines the shape of extraction shape. For hot extraction working, the billet temperature is typically greater than that required to sustain strain hardening during deformation. Cold extraction. In this process, metal is squeezed or squeezed through a hole in the die, low melting point, and relatively ductile. Metals such as aluminum, tin, and lead are easily extracted. The most commonly cold extracted metals are in order to increasing processing difficulty: aluminum and aluminum alloys, copper alloys, low and medium carbon steel, modified carbon steel, low alloy steel, and stainless steel. Special gas lubricants are used for the cold extraction of certain steel. Further adjusting the camera, and let's talk about forming. Forming. A metal tube, plate, and sheet are formed by a various bending, stretching, and drawing operation. Bar and tube are formed mainly by bending operations such as a compression bending, stretch bending, draw bending, and roll bending. Sheet forming included various bending, stretching, and drawing operation, plus some special method to develop surface with deep recessing, or including spinning, deep drawing, or shallow recessing, that including dimpling, jogging, explosive forming. There are 4 basic bending bar and tube. First one is a compression bending, draw bending, stretch bending, and roll bending. You can see the bending in the picture. There are 4 basic for bending bars. Let's about the powder metallurgy. Powder metallurgy is a growing branch of metallurgy based on production of material in the form of metal powder and the manufacturing of parts from this material. Fabrication of parts by powder metallurgy method has several advantages, that including production part with more uniform in microstructure and distribution of alloying element, high volume production of part with net shape or near net shape dimension, introduce reduction the need for machining, and the lesson is a flexibility in component design. Let's talk about the material removal process. Material removal process, of which machining is special class, are secondary manufacturing operation used to achieve resist, tolerant, and control surface finishes. These are 3 basic material removal. 1 is conventional machining operation, 2 abrasive process, and 3 non-traditional machining process. And the last point, talk about the joining process. Joining process involves the use of mechanical, chemical, or physical force that keep 2 parts together. Mechanical methods are based on various types of mechanical fasteners, while adhesive bonding use chemical bonding, perhaps with some physical or mechanical factor. Physical method of joining including welding, brazing, and soldering. The focus here, by necessity, is only a brief overviewing on the wide-ranging technologies of welding, brazing, and soldering. Welding. 2 types of modern welding: fusion welding, where the aqueous metal are melted in the joint region and allowed to resolidify to form a metallurgy bond. Solid-state welding, like forge welding, where some heating without melting and mechanical force allow the formation of a physical interdynamic bond of the two metals. Brazing. Brazing involves joining solid metal in close proximity by introducing a liquid metal that melts above the 450 Celsius or about 840 Celsius. Sorry, 840 Fahrenheit degrees. A sunbrace generally results when a processed filler alloy is selected. The parent metal surface are clean and remain cleaning during the heating to the something. Soldering like brazing. The substrate material remains solid during the soldering, and the melted solder distributes itself between the properly filled surface of the joint by capillary action. The solder reacts with the base metal surface and wets the metal by intermetallic compound formation. Alright guys, that's all about all my point and to presentation today. So in the end, I want to say thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Thank you.